محمد وآل محمد. سلام على آل ياسين. السلام عليك يا داعي الله ورباني آياته. السلام عليك يا باب الله وديان دينه. السلام عليك يا خليفة الله وناصر حقه. السلام عليك يا حجة الله ودليل إرادته. السلام عليك يا تالي كتاب الله وترجمانه. السلام عليك في أناء ليلك وأطراف نهارك. السلام عليك يا بقية الله في أرضه. السلام عليك يا ميثاق الله الذي أخذه ووكده. السلام عليك يا وعد الله الذي ضمنه. السلام عليك أيها العلم المنصوب والعلم المصبوب والغوث والرحمة الواسعة وعدا غير مكذوب. السلام عليك حين تقوم. السلام عليك حين تقعد. السلام عليك حين تقرأ وتبين. السلام عليك حين تصلي وتقنط. السلام عليك حين تركع وتسجد. السلام عليك حين تهلل وتكبر. السلام عليك حين تحمد وتستغفر. السلام عليك حين تصبح وتمسي. السلام عليك في الليل إذا يغشى والنهار إذا تجلى. السلام عليك أيها الإمام المأمون. السلام عليك أيها المقدم المأمول. السلام عليك بجوامع السلام. أشهدك يا مولاي أني أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن محمدًا عبده ورسوله لا حبيب إلا هو وأهله. وأشهدك يا مولاي أن عليا أمير المؤمنين حجته والحسن حجته والحسين حجته وعلي بن الحسين حجته ومحمد بن علي حجته وجعفر بن محمد حجته وموسى بن جعفر حجته وعلي بن موسى حجته ومحمد بن علي حجته وعلي بن محمد حجته والحسن بن علي حجته. وأشهد أنك حجة الله أنتم الأول والآخر وأن رجعتكم حق لا ريب فيها يوم لا ينفع نفسا إيمانها لم تكن آمنت من قبل أو كسبت في إيمانها خيرا وأن الموت حق وأن ناكرا ونكيرا حق. وأشهد أن النشر حق والبعث حق وأن الصراط حق والمرصاد حق والميزان حق والحشر حق والحساب حق والجنة والنار حق والوعد والوعيد بهما حق. يا مولاي شقي من خالفكم وسعد من أطاعكم فاشهد على ما أشهدتك عليه وأنا ولي لك بريء من عدوك، فالحق ما رضيتموه والباطل ما أسخطتموه، والمعروف ما أمرتم به والمنكر ما نهيتم عنه. فنفسي مؤمنة بالله وحده لا شريك له وبرسوله وبأمير المؤمنين وبكم يا مولاي أولكم وآخركم، ونصرتي معدة لكم ومودتي خالصة لكم. آمين آمين. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
Can we please recite another loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum all, and I congratulate you all on this auspicious occasion that is the Wilayat of our living Imam, Imam Muhammad ibn al-Hasan al-Mahdi ajalallahu ta'ala faraja. And for that I ask we recite another loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I kindly ask all those in attendance at the center to please observe some of our COVID safety precaution rules, to keep your mask on, keep physical contact to the bare minimum, to maintain a social distance, and to make sure you signed in at the front desk. We thank you all for your cooperation during these difficult times. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all your efforts, inshallah. I now ask that we may recite a loud salawat as we welcome Sayyid Muhammad Ali to come up and bless this evening with a few ayat from the Holy Quran. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم ومن الناس من يقول آمنا بالله وباليوم الآخر وما هم بمؤمنين يخادعون الله والذين آمنوا وما يخدعون إلا أنفسهم وما يشعرون في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا ولهم عذاب أليم بما كانوا يكذبون وإذا قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض قالوا إنما نحن مصلحون ألا إنهم هم المفسدون ولكن لا يشعرون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
Can we please recite another salawat for that beautiful recitation? We now have Sister Aya who has prepared a short poem. Can we please recite a loud salawat as we welcome her onto the stage? Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Today we celebrate the Wilayat of Imam Mahdi. We smile and chant out loud, Ya Mahdi, Ya Mahdi. Today we celebrate Ya Mahdi, our Saviour. On this blessed day right now, we call out Ya Mahdi. Your Shia are waiting, Ya Mahdi reappear. Today we chant and say, Ya Mahdi, where are you? Your Shia are waiting, Ya Mahdi reappear. All the people and angels await that blessed day. We smile and chant out loud, Ya Mahdi, Ya Mahdi. Ya Mahdi, today everyone is smiling. Ya Mahdi, your Shia are happy for you. You are our only path. Ya Mahdi reappear, we love you so much, we can't wait till you come. We smile and chant out loud, Ya Mahdi, Ya Mahdi. Ya Mahdi, your love is deep in my heart. Ya Mahdi, I will pray every day for you to come. O Imam, we all say, Ya Mahdi, come today. O Mahdi, you're the one we are all waiting for. We smile and chant out loud, Ya Mahdi. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Thank you very much, Sister Aya. Can we please recite another salawat for her well-being? Before I ask the Sheikh to come up, and I know that this is a happy occasion, but I would like to mention this small finding. They say that Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam died a gharib, that he died a stranger, a loner. But I say that there's one lonelier than Imam al-Hussein, and that is Imam al-Mahdi ajallahu ta'ala faraja. And I say this why? Because Imam al-Hussein had Abu al-Fadl. Imam al-Hussein had Ali al-Akbar, and Imam al-Hussein had Qasim. Who is the Qasim of Imam al-Mahdi? Who is the Abbas of Imam al-Mahdi? And who is the Abbas of Imam al-Mahdi? Is it us? Surely I know myself, I don't live up to those standards. So on nights like this, I ask that we all ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enlighten us with spirituality, so that we may be the ones that the Imam can rely on, so that we may be the Abbas, Qasim and Ali al-Akbar of our 12th Imam. And I also pray that on this holy night that we are all amongst the people that the Imam of our time would be proud to call his Shia, inshaAllah. I now ask we recite 3 loud salawat as we welcome Sheikh Mohammed Mehdi to come up for tonight's lecture. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بفضل الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله والحمد حقه كما يستحقه حمدا كثيرا. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. اللهم لعن أول ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تابع له على ذلك. اللهم لعن العصابة التي جاهدت الحسين وشايعت وبايعت وتابعت على قتله، اللهم لعنهم جميعا. ثم الصلاة والسلام على خير خلق الله أجمعين محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآله وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين، واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. قال الله العظيم في كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس ليذيقهم بعض الذي عملوا لعلهم يرجعون. Corruption has appeared throughout the land and sea by what reason of the hands of the people have earned. So he may let them, that doesn't, just a translation, I'll explain it later. So that he may let them taste part of the consequence of what they have done, that perhaps they will return to righteousness. آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Sometimes with the translation the meaning gets lost, but we will go over that as we move along. One narration that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam has mentioned, and this narration was repeated again by the first holy Imam, Al-Imam Ali, Amir al-Mu'mineen, the commander of the faithful alayhi salam. And this was also resonated from Imam to Imam, especially with the sixth Imam, Al-Imam Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq salawatullahi wa alayhi. And that hadith is: لَوْ لَمْ يَبْقَى مِنَ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا يَوْمٍ. If there's nothing left in this world except one day. So there's one day and the world ends. If we're down to one day, he says, لَطَوَّلَ اللَّهُ ذَلِكَ الْيَوْمِ, that Allah will increase what? The length and longevity of this day. This day will be longer than 24 hours. It will if that's all we're left with. He says, حَتَّى يَبْعَثْ. For what reason? So that he may send. يَبْعَثَ اللَّهُ رَجُلًا مِنِّي, until that Allah can send a man from me, from Rasulullah, and from the progeny or the posterity of Rasulullah. حتى يبعث الله رجلا مني يملأها قسطا وعدلا كما ملئت ظلما وجورا. So that he can fill it. Filling it meaning the earth, the world that we live in. So that he may fill the earth with what? Qistan is what? And adla, they're both are meanings of justice, but I'll explain as we move along. Like they have been filled with dhulman and jawra, and their meanings of injustice, and I'll explain as we move along. If we look at this hadith, to understand this hadith, the first point I must look at is the word yab'ath Allah. That Allah ba'ath, not yadhar. That Allah Azza wa Jal does not, because we say Dhuhur al-Mahdi, Allahumma ajil li waliyik al-faraj, we ask for the Imam to reappear, to come out, but he says yab'ath. And the word ba'atha, if we analyze it in the Quran, if we read over it in the Quran, although it may mean, sometimes we'll hear, for example, ba'atha Rasul as in he sent. Sometimes the day of judgment is referred to as what? Yawm al-Ba'ath, which means what? It's the day of rising, where they've been sent from their graves into. But it has a special meaning. If you notice, Allah Azza wa Jal uses it when He is about to introduce something that has not been introduced before. To who? To the people that it's in respect to. For example, when He says, Allah says, كَانَ النَّاسِ, He says, كَانَ النَّاسُ أُمَّةً كَانَ النَّاسُ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً. The people were a single nation. They were one. What were the people were all living together? They were coexisting. Everyone's normal. Everyone's living a normal life. When we say normal, as if everyone was in agreement. Because when people are usually in agreement, when are people in agreement? When they're all corrupt. If you take a look, when everyone's happy is when corruption has spread, everyone's in agreement. Do you know why? It's a dog-eat-dog world, dog-eat-dog world. But what happens is I will be silent over what you do if you be silent over what I do. I was once in a Middle Eastern country, and it's one country that's rife with corruption. And the guy I was with in the car, he said, I like the government here. I said, if you like the government here, you're one of two people. You are either a thief or you are benefiting from the theft. One of the two. Alaykum salam wa rahmatullah. You cannot live in a corrupt environment and be happy unless you are either stealing or you're benefiting from the theft. So when it mentions in this world that the people were a single nation, the one nation, he says, Allah Azza wa Jal says, فَبَعَثَ اللَّهُ النَّبِيِّينَ مُبَشِّرِينَ وَمُنذِرِينَ. Allah sent the prophets to do what? To give good tidings, glad tidings, tell people good things are about to come, and to also warn people. Why? Because the people were living with this facade, but everyone was in their comfort zone. Why? Firstly, Iblis doesn't bother you when you're doing something wrong. Shaitan leaves you, lets you be. You have that peace of mind where, I'm not, because when you don't have the sarseb, the waswas, the worrying when I need to get up and do wudu, pray and all this, you got none of that. You go where you want, when you want, you don't need to wash. When you use the bathroom, you got no of these hassles. I don't need to get up and pray. I can be watching my favorite program, nothing can bother me. I've got no responsibility in this at all. So when the prophets came and said, listen, you have obligations. In case you didn't know it, you're terminal. You're not here for a long time. There's a reason why your time is so short. So when he mentions the word ba'athi, he sent something new to the people. Because the people were in a state where, what was wrong with them? The people were in a state where they did not follow, understand anything with relation to their Creator. So the Quran uses it in this manner. Why would it say this about the Imam? That Allah will yab'ath. Because we've had prophets before. We've had Imams before. What is it that is new with our Imam? What is it that the Imam presents that's new? But the question here, what is it that the Imam has that's new? Number one, the first thing is the Prophet had a government. Imam Ali alayhi salam had a government. What makes it different to the Imam's government? What's the difference? The Prophet's government and the Imam's government was ruled and based upon the laws that govern us. For example, you needed bayna. Something went wrong, you needed witnesses, and we act upon what the witnesses say. With the government of the Imam Sahib al-Amr, there won't be this. There won't be shuhadat zur. People can make up a lie. If you take a look, for example, some of the modern westernized nations, like good examples, United States of America. How many documentaries or movies have you heard of or seen where someone was wrongfully imprisoned and the evidence was falsified? The evidence was doctored. And it was not something new. For example, I don't know if you probably read at school, Alexander Dumas's book, The Count of Monte Cristo. That's the kind of concept that he presents. A guy where evidence has been falsified, have someone wrongfully imprisoned. This is the kind of thing that exists in the world you live today. Whatever if you've got a good lawyer representing you, you can get away with murder. And we've seen this. How often have you seen someone kill someone? Everyone knows they killed this person and they gloat about it and they get off the hook. It happens a lot. At the time of the Imam Sahib al-Amr, there will be none of this. Because the Imam will rule with what it is. The first time we'll have a government like this. No need for a lie detector, No need for a courtroom where you get good lawyers that are able to lie in order to save your skin. It is what it is. The law will be apparent as it is. That's what's different. It will also be a fully operational system. It won't just be a model, as we have always had with Islamic governments, a model of what could be. But the government of the Imam will be fully operational and acting in that manner. The second thing I have to look at in this narration, it says يَمْلَأُهَا, or in another hadith, يَمْلَأُ الْأَرْض. Yamla means to fill. Does the word yamla, I'm sitting on my bee, I hate that. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Does it, when we say yamla, do we actually mean, we have what's called a ma'na haqiqi and a ma'na majazi. Ma'na mean haqiqi, a real meaning. Majazi, we would say is, if I wanted to say, let's see what word I could actually use in English to support this. Something's majazi, I can't come up with the word, but it's not realistically speaking, and it's not really hyperbole. It's not exaggeration, but it's like. So if you say metaphorically speaking, if that sits correctly. So one is in reality, one is not. Is that what we're trying to say? What is the meaning here? And we'll get to this first. Let's take a look at first the relationships. Firstly, before we get into this, look at the relationship between qistan wa adla wa dhulman wa jawra. Then we can understand. What is qist and what is adl? They both mean justice. And justice means what? Justice means putting the right thing in the right place. That's what it means. Qistan or qist means it's the definition of what is right. So when Allah Azza wa Jal says that He likes the people that are those that have this qist, it means people that are what? Understand this definition in what it is, being just. What is being right? Whereas adl is the application of this. So qistan means defining what is right. The adl is applying what is right. Dhulm and jawr is the same. I'm giving you a basic definition. Dhulm basically is not putting the right thing in its right place. That is what? The definition of it. Jawr is the actual application of it. However, the other word can be used for both meanings. Whereas jawr specifically means the application. So when we say that the world is filled, how can I understand this? Is it metaphoric? Is it completely filled? What is it? To understand this, we go back to the intro verse that I used. That Allah says, ظَهَرَ الْفَسَادِ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ. He says that corruption has appeared where? In the bar and the bahr, on the land and in the sea. From what? بِمَا كَسَبَتْ أَيْدِي النَّاسِ. As a result of what people have done. What the people have done has caused this corruption. And we'll explain what do we mean by this. How is it from what the people have done? We need to understand that there are three relationships that we have in this dunya, in this world that we live in. The first one is our relationship with the heavens, with Allah Azza wa Jal. How we deal with God. The second relationship is how we deal with other humans. And the third relationship is how we deal with our environment, flora and fauna, and everything around you in the environment. So if we take a look at what is the scale for each relationship first. What is it that measures, so we understand what is right, what is the adl here, and what is the dhulmi. So with our first relationship with Allah Azza wa Jalla, with the heavens, the measurement is what? Is gratitude. How do I know whether I'm causing corruption in this world, whether I'm doing injustice when it comes to my relationship with God? Am I grateful to God or not? Do I show gratitude to Allah Azza wa Jalla? Am I thankful to Allah? If I'm not thankful, then I've caused corruption and I've caused oppression within my relationship with Allah. Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Quran, وَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. And then He says, وَلَإِن كَفَرْتُمْ فَوَإِن كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ. So that if you are grateful, I will increase you, I will give you more. But if you are ingrates or ungrateful, kafartum means being ungrateful, then my chastisement is severe. What does that mean? That if I'm not grateful, what does that mean? If I'm not grateful, is when I don't deal with what Allah Azza wa Jalla has given me in the correct way. I leave myself open to what? To the chastisement of God. If you take a look at countries in the world where there's oppression, and they tell you, why is there so much oppression in this country or in that country? Sometimes, especially the biggest oppression happens to the believers. If you take a look at the world around you, the most people that are under oppression are the believers. Why? Allah Azza wa Jal says, and this is a hadith Qudsi, He says, إِنْ عَصَانِي مَنْ يَعْرِفُنِي صَلَّطْتُ عَلَيْهِ مَنْ لَا يَعْرِفُنِي. If the one that knows me, meaning the believer, disobeys me, I will place their affairs, or I'll place them under the authority of those that do not know me. So I'll place them under the authority of those that do not what? That do not know Him. In other words, that people that have no religion, people that are oppressors in this one. Brother, Ash, can you leave that till after, please? Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ali. So the second relationship is what? Is your relationship with other human beings. What's the scale of that? The people you're living with on this earth is humanity, philanthropy, how I deal with others. Allah Azza wa Jal, when He mentions in the Quran, وَأَحْسِنُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. أحسنوا means what? Means do good to who? To others. Who are the others? When I sit there and I look at being good to others, does that mean I have to be good to another believer? That is obligatory to begin with. Others means every other human being. When people sit there and label other people and say, because this person's like that, they don't have a right. Who was the worst of God's creation? Of the worst of God's creation is Abdul Rahman ibn Muljam al-Muradi. Abdul Rahman ibn Muljam al-Muradi is the one that struck Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam on the 19th of Ramadan while he was praying in the mihrab in Masjid al-Kufa, while he was fasting. Yet the Imam, when they offered him yogurt to eat, to drink, he said, I will not drink until he drinks. The guy that struck me. That's how, you want to know how civilized people are? Look at the way they treat their prisoners. That's how you know how civilized they are. Do you want to know how civilized the United States is? Look at Guantanamo Bay. You get an idea of how civilized they are. People in prison that have not even been given a fair trial. You want to see many of these countries around the world like this. You want to know how civilized people are? Look at the way they treat their prisoners. The Imam said, I will not drink till he drinks. And not only that, he said, if I live, then I will deal with him. But if I die, then you strike him one strike like he struck me once. And then he said to them, إِيَّاكُمْ وَبِمُثْلَةِ الرَّجُلِ. You know what muthla means? Muthla is when you mutilate the body of the dead. People, if you notice in wars, people do that. If you ever see, for example, the war in Syria, and if you remember with the ISIS, where one of them, they would cut the people up, one of them even ate another guy's liver or his heart, because he was trying to emulate his mistress, Hind, when she used to do that with the soldiers. She used to actually even she used to make anklets out of their ears of the soldiers. That's what she used to do. And there's people that actually like her up to, they call her Aqilat Quraysh, which means like the Aqila, the one that's the intelligent woman of Quraysh. That's what they call her. She made bracelets, because this is the type of things that they like. Or even if you watched or read anything about the war in Vietnam, when they used to do the same, they used to cut body parts of their enemy. So the Imam says to them, do not mutilate him after I die. And then he says, because I have heard Rasulullah say, إِيَّاكُمْ وَالْمُثْلَةِ وَلَوْ بِالْكَلْبِ الْعَقُورِ. Do not mutilate even a rabid dog. A rabid dog. Could you imagine, you know what a rabid dog is? I'm using a lot of literature here, Stephen King Cujo. If anyone, a rabid dog is a dog that goes wild and starts biting. Even this dog that gets rabies. Do not even make an example, do not mutilate even that dog. Imagine a human being. Philanthropy is what shows what? Justice. If I'm not good to other humans, then I'm what? Unjust. That's where the corruption is. The third relationship is your relationship with the environment. How you deal with the environment. How you deal with animals. How do you deal with sometimes when we want to pray, you'll see people that rip leaves off trees. You tell me, you're not allowed to rip a leaf off a tree. You pick the ones on the floor. It's a good green leaf. You're damaging the tree for no reason. You're not allowed to destroy the environment. Even the Imam, when he's riding his camel, when he's going to Hajj, and the camel begins to go, puts on the boots, goes really slow, and the Imam had a stick with him. He said, if I did not fear, he holds a stick in front of the camel. He says, if I did not fear the day of judgment, I would encourage you to move. In other words, I'll hit you with the stick. But there's a day of judgment. It's a camel. You see people, they torture animals. You see people that go out into the bush and they'll blow a Joey's brains out and they're happy about it. See those videos where someone punches on with a kangaroo or someone? This is something you're accountable for. This is also a form of corruption. Have you seen also when there's excess wheat where they burn them? Or culling animals when taban, sometimes there's a necessity for culling animals. For the protection and conservation of the environment that's different. Sometimes you're killing an animal because it's a pest. Sometimes you're killing an animal because it's a danger to the environment. It's a danger to people and it can affect people. That's necessary. That's necessary that we need to do this. But in this case, how I deal with my environment, I should not, where is the justice here? Being what? Not being wasteful. Not being excessive. Not being excessive in any way. Not being consumptive. Where you just want to, people just buy things for the sake of buying them. They get things for the sake of getting them. They do it for I'll just cut down a tree, because I want to make one toothpick out of it. So there's things like, you might find it as a joke, there are people that waste. They're those people, I don't know if you've seen those people, they burn money on their wedding day. That's how excessive they are. That's how wasteful they are. This is something that you're accountable for on the day of judgment. Which brings us to what? The world in its current state. Look at the current state that we are in. And where we are in terms of 2020, this disastrous year. It's a year for you to reflect upon the corruption that's taken place in the world. in terms of the environment. You know, there's a, and this isn't made up. You know, there's enough, what do they call it? Enough waste in the ocean. If you combine it, I think it's one bulk. But if you combine it, I think it's larger than Australia's land mass. So you're talking over 7.9 million square kilometers. There's that much waste in the ocean, and people just throw their rubbish without a care in the world whatsoever. You know, actually, the place I moved in 2 weeks ago, in the corner I noticed there was an incinerator. And for those that don't remember these, you know, you're still young. But I said to my son, I said, do you know what that is? And he said, what? I go, well, in the old days, we used to burn our rubbish. No one used to pick it up. You used to actually put your rubbish in the incinerator and light it up. And the thing is, you'd actually see not greenhouse gases, you'd actually see plastics and things floating in the sky. And everyone would be burning, and that was just normal. Totally destroying the environment, throwing caution at the wind. With regard to humanity, you see how people rot people, how people deceive people, how people take advantage of people. And with regard to Allah Azza wa Jal, with God, people no longer thank God. They turn away. I swear I put it on silent. It went back off. They went back from what? They went back from turning to God to turning away from God. So what happens to the world we live in today? And one of the things I wanted to address partially was the current state that's in France right now. See, a lot of people have started to point fingers. People say the reason behind this is that, the reason behind this is that. But the real reason behind everything is politically it's beneficial to France what is happening right now. You need to remember the largest Islamic population in Europe is in France. They got almost double, if not more than double, the population of England, of Muslims. Secondly, that all this is done not in the name of freedom of expression, as they like to make you think. Because if you want to know what you're free to express and what you're not, you know, in this world, there's a lot of things that you can't criticize. You can't have an opinion. You sit somewhere and you're always walking on eggshells, worrying about the next thing you're going to say. Because who am I going to offend if I say this? When I offend Muslims, go right ahead, ahla wa sahla. You can offend them all you want. In fact, did you notice the audacity of the French government in putting the caricature of the Prophet on their buildings and their billboards? Why would they do that? It's deliberate. Why? It's deliberate because this is a ploy that's always been around against the prophets. Let me explain what we're talking about. Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Quran, وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَا تَسْمَعُوا لِهَذَا الْقُرْآنِ وَالْغَوْا فِيهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَغْلِبُونَ. Allah says the unbelievers said to each other, do not listen to this Quran. وَالْغَوْا فِيهِ. What does وَالْغَوْا فِيهِ? وَالْغَوْا فِيهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَغْلِبُونَ. Walghaw means to make a mockery of it. In other words, when the Prophet would read, they would start repeating the words he'd say, and they'd make a song and dance out of it. They'd write poetry where they'd mock the Quran. Why? Because you will overcome him. You will overcome the Prophet. How does this work? First, it's a sign of defeat. Remember when you were at school and you get into an argument with someone, and if you're winning the argument, you got all the right points, what do they resort to? What they call argumentum ad hominem is when someone uses the form of argumenting where they attack the person instead of the argument. They start saying, but you did this and you did that, rather than argue the actual points. See, when someone's losing, they resort to slander and they resort to attacking the person. There's no way they can overcome Islam with a fair argument. It's impossible. The Islam of Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salam, this is what we call the Islam. To overcome it is impossible. Allah Azza wa Jal even makes this clear in the Quran. And you'll see it in your life. I'll tell you how you'll see it. When I was a child, I was 7 years old, in year 2. We were out. My dad used to go for road trips. We used to visit Muslims in remote areas and that. And our car broke down. And we went into this remote town. And the people we met there were Jehovah's Witnesses. And remember the guy, he gave me a book. It's called My Children's Book of Bible Stories. And he said, so you can read. My father, when I got this book, he didn't say, oh my God, my son's going to become a heathen. He said, take the book and read it. Why? When I grew up, I said, I even did Bible studies. I used to ask my father, why did you allow me to do this? He said, because once you know Ali ibn Abi Talib, he said, you don't turn back. He says, once you know Imam Ali, it doesn't matter what you read, you don't turn back. Once you know Ahl al-Bayt, you can't. Because you've drank from that fountain, from that spring, you can't go in another direction. So there's no other way except to slander. If you notice how they slander Ahl al-Bayt. They make up calumnies and lies about Ahl al-Bayt as they have done with the Prophet. And the history of Islam has been like this. To stop people from listening to the fruits of the Quran, they slander the character of the Prophet. So you won't read from the Quran. Even if you take a look, I remember the Pope Benedict, the guy before this guy, he said this, show me just what Muhammad brought that was new. There you will find things only evil and inhuman, such as his command to spread by the sword the faith he preached. You know how often you hear this, that Islam was spread by the sword. If this is true, Saddam tried to spread his way by the sword. Where is he now? Yazid tried to spread his way by the sword. Where is he now? Stalin, communism, they tried to spread that by the sword, didn't they? Where are they now? Everyone that tries to spread by the sword, that doesn't work. Why? Because once the threats go, if I get up now and I hold an explosive item or I hold a gun and I tell you, all right, give me your money. While the threat is present, people will give you their money. Once the threat has been eliminated, they won't give you their money. So if Islam had been spread by the sword all those years, people would have turned around and said, listen, it doesn't just keep increase in number all the time. People turn around, listen, this is all a lie. You've been told lies this whole time. Even to the point where they came with the claims about the Prophet's integrity, the pedophilia claims. Obviously, there's an origin to these from the enemies of God, where one of his wives claimed that he married her when she was 6, which is a lie. She only did this in order to defame the Prophet, as historically, if you go through their texts, the Prophet is always demeaned. But if I look at the real biography of the Prophet, I see the real character of the Prophet. I don't see this slandered Prophet as that is mentioned in this way. Why do I need to destroy the character of the Prophet? Why do they see a need to do this? If you saw a man walking down the street and people were following him and saying, Majnoon, Majnoon, throwing rocks at him, would you hang out with him? They called him madman, lunatic. No one would. Why? Because if you walk with him, then it's like you're in the southern states of America where they'll call you nigger lover. You know, if you try and help with the black people, they'll associate you with them. I'm not going to say N-word, I'm not white. So anyway, they would actually use that term. They would actually use the term in order to what? To make you feel bad if you even associate. And the Prophet was called Sahir, he was called a magician, he was called a Majnoon. Okay? They called him a fabricator, they called him many names. They slandered him to destroy his character. Why? So people don't read the fruits. People don't read the Quran, because if they, you know what Imam al-Rida alayhi salam says to Abu Salt al-Harawi? He says, Rahimallah man ahya amrana. May Allah have mercy on the one that revives our commandments, because if they do, if the people hear our commandments, they will follow us. If they hear what we teach, they will follow us. They'll realize that this is correct. But we go back to this thing called freedom of expression. There was a French comedian called Diodon, or I think that's how you pronounce his name. He once they attacked him once because he made, in a play, he ridiculed something about the Jews. And he said, this is in France, he said, what happened to freedom of expression? Or is it only acceptable when it's on the Prophet? There was also another one, and that's what they do. They batter you out. Helen Thomas, if anyone remembers Helen Thomas. Helen Thomas was a journalist in the White House. She was in her 80s. When you look at Helen Thomas, she asked questions to to Barack Obama, to George Walker Bush, to Bill Clinton, okay, to George Bush Sr., to Ronald Reagan, to Jimmy Carter, Richard Nixon. You know, she asked all these for years and years. Gerald Ford, president after president, she would ask them questions. She'd been there for so long. One year she had enough. She got up and said, when are you going to stop supporting Israel's oppression of the Palestinians? They outcast her. In fact, they blackballed her to the point, you know how bad? There was an award called the Helen Thomas Award. They removed her name from it because she asked the question. She expressed herself freely, which you're not allowed to really do. So what happens is when you try to do this in any way whatsoever, that will eliminate you unless you want to freely express yourself against Islam. Even if you take a look, I'm going to just give you a few more points and we're finished. If you take a look at Peter Costello in 2006, where he said there's only one law. Back, remember 2006 when they were attacking the idea of Sharia law. Said only one law governs in Australia, no other law. Funny thing about Sharia law, if you translate it into English, it's law, you know? So law. You know, Sharia is law and law. So anyway, Peter Costello, when he was treasurer, a Melbourne man, who was a Jewish Melbourne man, laundered $90 million to Israel. 90 million. They imprisoned him for 8 years. Then his lawyer objected, said, my client is an Orthodox Jew. And in prison he cannot, you research this. This is something that was in the Sydney Morning Herald. You'd have to look in the archives. He said, my client is an Orthodox Jew. In prison he cannot observe the Sabbath properly. So, you know, Sharia is not accepted, but the Talmudic law is. So instead, what did they do here? They put him in 4 years home imprisonment because it was too difficult for him to practice his faith in prison. This is what the world is. Why is it like this? Because you have to be patient. That's a test. This is the way the test is. Well, as far as we know, freedom of expression stops when it imposes on someone else's freedom. This is what in fact, this is what President Macron got up and gave his whole discussion about. That we have to be free to say whatever we want, say what we have to express ourselves freely. And this is the way that we should be allowed to work and talk. But this isn't a fact. For example, if you were to walk down the street and every Tom, Dick or Harry you saw on the street, you were to slander his mother, how far do you think you'll make it up the street? Freedom of expression. In fact, you can't even make a mockery. If I was to say, you know, the guy that got killed, Samuel Patty, you know, if I say, look, he's one of Washington Irving's characters in Sleepy Hollow. Imagine I said that openly, which I'm doing right now. What would they say about this? Oh, you are a person that has, that's a headless horseman, in case anyone didn't know. But anyway, imagine what they would actually say. They would say, why are you making fun of this? Because that's not a joke. This is something serious. But when you slander the Prophet, that's something that's acceptable. And you're harming all these Muslims, it's something that's acceptable. And a lot of people, if you notice when they talk, they always condemn the killing. I never condemn these things because I had nothing to do with it. I condemn murder in general, whoever commits murder. Okay? But for me to get up and make a statement, you see all these people getting up making a statement, why would I make a statement of condemnation when up till today they have not condemned the killing of Haj Qasim Sulaimani and Haj Abu Mehdi Muhandis? Up till today they're complicit with it. They haven't condemned this. Why should I feel I have to condemn anything? And in fact, this is what they're reaping. They actually want this to happen. They enjoy when these killings take place. Why? Because it pushes their cause and their movement against Islam. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to fill our hearts with patience so we can forbear all these fitan and this trouble that's caused and bringing Islam down this path. All those that are involved in these killings and all these people that associate with this are not part of us. They're all part of the French government. They're all been built in this manner, they've been raised in this manner, and they've been taught in this manner. Because had they been students of Islam, they would understand that this isn't the way that Islam is. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to hasten the reappearance of our master Al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan al-Mahdi. I do apologize for speaking for so long. I had to give a few points that were necessary. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal not to take us from this world until He is pleased with us. Walhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa salli Allahumma ala Muhammadin wa alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin.
Thank you, Sheikh, for that insightful lecture. Can we please recite another salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad? Just for a rundown for the next part of the program, we'll have a nasheed by Brother Ahmed Rashid, followed by Kahoot, Lucky Door Prize, and more prizes. Can we please recite a loud salawat as I welcome Brother Ahmed Rashid to come up for a nasheed? Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Congratulations on the Wilayat of Imam al-Hujjah, Ajjalallahu ta'ala farja. Brothers and sisters, I ask that on this night we raise our voices in jawab where possible, inshallah, as we call out to our Imam, inshallah. يا طلعة الرشيدة مهدي 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 يا غرة الحميدة مهدي 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 يا طلعة الرشيدة مهدي 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 يا غرة الحميدة مهدي 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 يا غرة الحميدة مهدي مهدي مهدي. The world from the apostles and with it we all fall in the midst of anarchy as we see we recall, and as we fall with the world I for that engulfs all, we raise our hands to the Lord, and for Mahdi we call, and for Mahdi we call, the cry we taught to learn, Mahdi, Mahdi, Mahdi. Oh Lord, hasten His return, Mahdi, Mahdi, Mahdi. The cry we were taught to learn, Mahdi, Mahdi, Mahdi. Ya Tal'at al-Rashida, مهدي 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 يا غرة الحميدة مهدي مهدي مهدي. How often do you witness, O Lord, who turn this world at your world's prosperity, tyranny men have held? For how long has our beloved alone this world circled? O Lord, hasten his return, for helpless is this world, for helpless is this world. Searching for him this world turns. Mahdi, Mahdi, Mahdi. O Lord, hasten his return. Mahdi, Mahdi, Mahdi. O Lord, hasten his return. Mahdi, Mahdi, Mahdi. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. You are the lantern of light that is missing from sight. Ya Mahdi, we are here. Ya Mahdi, please be near. You are our greeter, our leader. You are our trust, our beloved. Save the Shia, Ya Mahdi, our Savior, Ya Mahdi. Ya Imam al-Hujja Ajal, Ya Imam al-Hujja Ajal. All together, Ya Imam al-Hujja Ajal, Ya Imam al-Hujja Ajal. يلتهب كيف أمس سواها انت يا أغلى الأحبة تدري بفراق الحبايب غربة يا مهدينا غربة أدرك الشيعة يا مهدي الألم والغربة صعبة يا إمام الحجة عجل يا إمام الحجة عجل وتقذى يا إمام الحجة عجل يا إمام الحجة عجل. We all do pray that you may forgive us for leaving you. We are all here to stay. Please accept us today. We will stand strong where we belong. At your service we stay. Save the Shia, Ya Mahdi, our Savior, Ya Mahdi. Ya Imam al-Hujja Ajal, Ya Imam al-Hujja Ajal, Ya Imam al-Hujja Ajal, Ya Imam al-Hujja Ajal. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد.
Thank you, Brother Ahmed. Can we please recite another salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad? Just a reminder, there's the guessing competition and the lucky door prize outside. If you want to purchase tickets, it's still outside. And now we'll be having the Kahoot competition. So if you want to participate, the Hajj will put up the code on the screen now. And just go to the Kahoot website and put in the pin code, inshallah. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Okay, who's ready for some Kahoot? You don't sound very excited. I'm going on the stage, thank you. Okay, so you can see the game pin on there. Can you just watch so we don't get any feedback and stuff? All right, so the game pin is on the screen. And the best part about this Kahoot today is that I get to pick all the names. As you can see, there's no Granville is the best. There's no postcodes that rule over the other postcodes. There's no rappers and stuff. There's just funny names. And you all know which funny name you are, because it'll be on your screen. You can't pick your own name today. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I can see the looks of disappointment. I can't pick my own name. I've lost my identity. It's okay, you live. This is cool. You have a swift wombat. I've never seen a swift wombat. We have an expert, we have a daring stork, we have an expert duck, a sturdy panda. That, I believe. I'm sure I've seen lots of those. Use the game pin. Who hasn't played Kahoot before? You have a few people at the back. Use the web browser on your phone to go to kahoot.it. Go to kahoot.it, say select join game, put in the pin, and your friendly name will be automatically generated. Some basic rules of playing Kahoot. Basic rules are, the question will come up on the screen. You'll have a selection of answers on your phone or your iPad. Select the first person, the person who selects the correct answer the fastest gets the most amount of points. Then the next person gets the next level of points, and so on and so on and so on until Hadi here gets 0 points. Today, we're not picking names. Today, I'm picking the names. Well, I'm not. Kahoot's picking the names. So all the princesses and all the thug life wannabes, I'm sorry to disappoint you. You're stuck with this. Ooh, we have lucky door as well. Okay, so anybody else left to join the game? Okay. Are we ready to start? Are we ready to start? Can't hear you. Are we ready to start? All right, let's start. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Wilayat of Imam Mahdi 2020. What is the name of Imam Mahdi Ajala Faraj Sharif? What's his name? Al-Mahdi is his title, but what's his name? Don't call out the answers, because it's not fun that way. It's really easy. Come on. Come on. That's his name. That's his name and title. Right? Okay. The prairie goat is number 1. The prairie zebra is number 2. How good is this? Okay, let's go. Number 2. 9th Rabiul Awwal is the day that. Take a pick. What is the 9th of Rabiul Awwal? What date? What is the event? What does it signify? Well, today is not the 9th, but we could be celebrating what happened on the 9th. Right? Okay, very good. Oh, I knew we'd get people on the red one. I knew that had happened. Now, who picked in the middle of fasting? Although there's nothing wrong with fasting. Prairie goat still, ooh, prairie zebra. I've never seen a melodic cat. Jamkaran is located where? Come on, this should be 100%. Jamkaran is located where? Where is Jamkaran? Where? Come on, people. Oh, really? I don't know whether you need a history or a geography or a religious lesson. The swift wombat is really moving up. To assist in making a connection with Imam Mahdi, we can do what? How is the best way to make a connection with Imam Mahdi? I don't know. You pick. What's not fair? It's all of them. All right. Swift Wombat still there. Very good. Friendly Bee. Space Piranha. That I've got to see. I've got to see a Space Piranha. Okay, how many times has Imam Mahdi been in occultation? Been ghaiba? How many times? How many times? Should be real easy. Well, okay, let's see. Swift Wombat still got the lead. Melodic Cat, Space Piranha, Witty Oryx, Friendly Bee. You guys are the top 5. Well done. Excellent. Still anybody's game. How many are the 313 soldiers in Imam Mahdi's army? How many 313 in the 313 army? Come on, easy points. Oh, jeez. Okay, whoever put 131, go and get checked for dyslexia. All right. Space Piranha, you've dropped the charming gator. Beware of any gator that's charming. Let's go next. All right, come on. When will Imam Mahdi return? This should be real easy. When will Imam Mahdi return? When will he return? Come on. Come on. We don't know. Oh, wow. Because 100% correct. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Wow. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I'm really impressed. Fantastic. Well done. Swift from back, still in the Prairie Zebra, well done. You're back on the board. In one of Imam Mahdi's letters, he writes, pray for my reappearance because it is what? Pray for his reappearance because it is what? Thank you very much. Your salvation. That's right. When any dua, when you read it, when you recite any dua for Imam Mahdi, that is one of the key things that you're reciting. You're asking for his return for our salvation. That's one of the key points. Swift Wombat, well done. You are nicely in the lead, but only just. It's still anybody's game. Anybody can take this one. Okay, next. Imam Mahdi is. Imam Mahdi is what? It's a trick question. Really think about this one trick question. Yes. You can make dua and you can speak to him, but however, I may not be of a level or in a place that he may wish to communicate with me. Right? So a one way is one thing, but two-way is different. Swift Wombat, nicely done. Let's go. Next, the best game on mobile is what? What is the best game on mobile? Is it Call of Duty? Is it PUBG? Is it Fortnite? Or is it Snake? It's Snake! What are you talking? Of course it's Snake. Who had it? Who had a Nokia 3310? Yes, yes. Who still has a Nokia 3310? No. I'm sure I have one in my drawer somewhere. But it's Snake. How could it be anything else? Let's go next. After Imam Mahdi's birth, what did Imam Hassan al-Askari order to be distributed to the poor? What was distributed to the poor? There's some obviously wrong answers up there. I mean, like obviously wrong answers. But meat and bread. Meat and bread. Meat and bread. Meat, because it is, back then, The relationship we have with food is very different to the relationship with food people had back 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. Meat was something that you would have very occasionally. Today we can have meat anytime, so it's a very different thing. So it was a very big deal to receive a gift of meat and of course bread. Do you have a question, Manessa? We'll find out next. Oh, we can't see it because it's hidden up there. All right, the Swift Wombat is still playing very well. It's still anybody's game. The Genius Eagle is caught up. The Melodic Cat is singing its melody. Let's go next. Okay, the dress and food of Imam Mahdi is described by Imam Rida as of which of the following? How did Imam Mahdi dress and what did he eat? What kind of food and dressing did he have? Was it lavish and delicious, proper and proportionate, soft and delicious, or coarse and dry? It was coarse and dry. Coarse clothing, so as not to be extravagant, and dry food, so again, so not to be extravagant. All right. Swift Wombat, oh, the Melodic Cat is caught up. The Prairie Zebra is back. The Awesome Sable is there now. All right. Next question, what is the definition of Al-Qa'im? Come on. Okay. Any Arabic speakers should be able to get this one. But then again, anybody who's recited any of the du'as, any of the ziyarat, anything at all should be able to get this one. Thank you very much. I knew that everybody would go for the awaited one. He is the awaited one, however, Al-Qa'im refers to him being the one who rises. The Melodic Cat, you have nice little lead on everybody else, but don't take it for granted because nothing lasts forever. Which prophet was Imam Mahdi named after? Come on, this would be like, come on, 100%. Which prophet was he named after? Almost. Okay, very good. Whoever said Prophet Isa, go see your Islamic teacher afterwards, please. You said it. Okay. All right, leaderboard still looking good. Still a very tight race. Still quite a few questions to go. This year's best NRL team was the Melbourne Storm. Everybody gets a point, come on. The Melbourne Storm. You all got it right. See, easy points, easy points. Why were they the best team? Because they won. All right, the Genius Rabbit is back. 3 in a row winning streak. Melodic Cat, ooh, still anybody's game. Don't give up yet. Imam Ali says the pen of responsibility is removed from only 3, which is incorrect. Which of these options is incorrect? You got a couple of helpers. It's very hard to... Okay, still Melodic Cat doing very, very well. Oh, it's only your margin that has kept you going, Melodic Cat. The Daring Stork is catching up. The Prairie Zebra is slowly prancing along. I don't know what a sable is, but you're awesome anyway. Okay, next question. Levels of visiting Imam Mahdi include in dreams, meeting him visually and physically, having vision of him while awake, or all of the above? What are the different levels and types of visiting Imam Mahdi? All of the above. Okay, now, where do we stand? Very good. Very good. Preparing ourselves for visiting Imam Mahdi includes what? Well, come on. Should be real easy. Oh boy. All of you people, at least nobody went straight to blue. At least nobody went straight to blue. I've got to give you that. All right. Melodic Cat, Prairie. It's still you, the top 5 are still shifting around. It's still the same top 5. Okay. Let's go and have a look. Who's next? Imam Mahdi says, whoever claims to physically meet me as an ambassador in the greater occultation is what? Imam Mahdi says, whoever claims to meet me as ambassador in the greater occultation is what? If you claim that you have met Imam Mahdi during this time of Ghaiba, you are what? You're a liar. Because he's telling you that I will not meet them. It is not going to happen. Let's go next. No change on the leaderboard. Imam Sadiq says Imam Mahdi amongst us is the like of. Ooh. Imam Mahdi being amongst us is like. Do you know, up here, in front of everybody else, there's 2 times in presenting anything that are really interesting. That can be funny, it can be terrifying, it can be, did I get the right answer? Did we put the right thing up? What have we done, right or wrong? That is when, one of them is when I call out lucky door tickets. Because there's a whole air of anticipation and then it's like, oh. And then the other one is when we're doing Kahoot and everybody thinks they've got the right answer and the right answer comes up and it's like, how is that possible? But it is possible. All right. The charming gator is caught up. Genius rabbit has showed up out of somewhere. Beware of alligators who are charming. Next, red coloring in lollies often comes from what? Where does the red coloring in lollies come from? I don't know. Where does the red coloring in lollies come from? Oh. Yeah, it comes from the factory. Where is it going to come from? Your mom puts it in before she gives it to you. And some of the red coloring in lollies comes from beetle shells. Look it up on Wikipedia. You will probably never eat a red lolly again if you know where it comes from. Mind you, I had a handful of red frogs before I came up, but you know, that's just me. All right. Genius Rabbit, well done. The Witty Oryx, you're there. Prairie Zebra is back and the Daring Stork is still in the game. Let's go next. Imam Mahdi is the descendant of Imam Hussein. True or false? Come on, easy points. Imam Mahdi is the descendant of Imam Hussein. True or false? Oh, who got it wrong? No, I'm not going to ask who got it wrong. That's not right for me to ask who got it wrong. If you got it wrong, please go and see Sheikh Mohammed Mehdi. I'll give you his number. Go and talk to him. He'll sort you out. Okay, very good. Game's not over yet. Who is my favorite person or people at IHIC? Who is my favorite people or person at IHIC? They're all right. All of the answers are right, no problem at all. Inshallah, whatever your intention and whatever you find the best thing about IHIC, come, enjoy yourself, take part, be part of the program. Everybody's part of the community, inshallah. All right, we are getting close to the end, okay? There's very few opportunities to get on the leaderboard. 2,500 point lead here. Somebody's got to catch the melodic cat. Eminent scholars recommend the following for nearness to the Imam. What do they recommend? What do the scholars recommend in achieving nearness to the Holy Imam? Come on. We've been doing this for 40 days. Or more, I think, more. Ziyarah Ashura daily. Nothing wrong with doing Ziyarat Warith or Dua Kumel, but they recommend doing Ziyarat Ashura daily. Oh, and that's it. Number 3, Genius Rabbit, well done. Second position, the Witty Oryx, it's got to be Melodic Cat, right? It is the Melodic Cat. Who is the Melodic Cat? Reveal yourself. Nobody. There's no Melodic Cat. No, I can't see down that far. There's nobody there. No, sorry. I'll have to take the gift home myself. Where are the Kahoot gifts? Any? It says Kahoot on there? Should be stickers on them. Okay, Kahoot 1, Kahoot 2, and Kahoot 3. Okay. Could you, Sabil, could you come and give me a hand, please? Okay, Kahoot prize number 1. If you go down towards your cousin at the back, she will tell you who got the prize. Okay, who is the Witty Oryx? Who is the Witty Oryx, or which group of people? Oh, Hadi, you did come last. Well done. Okay, there you go. Prize number 2. Prize number 3. Who is the Genius Rabbit? Do we have? Oh, we have a collaboration called the Genius Rabbit. Well done. See? Sorry? He's there to help me. Okay, could you pass this on to the Genius Rabbit, please? Okay, if you give this to Fuzan, she will hand it out accordingly. Brother Hadi, aside from the Lucky Door Prize and the wonderful refreshments we have outside and the brilliant dinner we have prepared, are there any other items on the agenda? Ooh, where are the prizes for the Mahdi names? They're these. Okay, just for that, you don't get a prize. Excuse me. Hello? No, it's fine. You know, there are other people here as well, not just you. So thank you very much. Thank you. Wow. Okay, Ahmed, can you flick back to the? Yep. Have you got it? Yes, you do. Oh, excellent. Well done. No, how about the next one down? Okay, how about I come and give you a quick hand? Have you got it? There we go. Well done. Brilliant. Can we offer Ahmed the reward of a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali? All right. Is your name Mehdi? No. Oh, okay. Is your name Mehdi? Well, your friends don't seem to think so. Is your name? No. Is your name Mehdi? No. Okay. Is your name Narjis? No. Okay. Yes. Is your name Mehdi? Okay. Okay. Let's start with this one. Okay. We have some gifts for all of our Mahdis, and then we'll look at. Can I get somebody to give me a hand here? Could you give me a hand, please? And yeah, so you'll need to untangle those. Thank you very much. We have another Mahdi over here. Who else is named Mahdi in the hall? I will be checking your ID, especially. Anybody else named Mahdi? You? Okay, all right, no problem. If your name is not Mahdi, but you would still like a prize, put your hand up. Prizes today are for Mahdi only, sorry. Okay, come on, please. Let's hand them out to the Mahdis first, and then so one here, one young man over here, and then I leave it up to you to hand out to the others as well. Narjis, anybody named Narjis? You have a lot of names, sister. It would be shocking to see your ID. Really? Why don't you tell me? Okay, Muhammad. Whose name Muhammad? Whose name? We have one Muhammad at the back. Yes. We're not using that convention here. Well, yes, okay, all right. So one at the back there, we have Muhammad over here, we have Muhammad over there, we have Muhammad here, we have Mehdi over here, we have, which are? Ooh. I didn't say it wasn't true, I said, ooh. Can you do it? Okay, why don't you come up and while they're handing out the Mehdi prizes, why don't you come up and do the guessing competition? Right, one sec. Can I see that? Okay, there you go.
Okay,
The big one?
huh? No, the colourful one. Yeah. Okay, so this lolly jar right here.
Okay, can you,
Okay.
please?
So this lolly jar right here had 184 lollies, and the winner is Ahmed Jaber.
Haji Ahmed Jaber. What a great gift. There you go. You're going to have a hard time with these. Okay, can you give this to Haji Ahmed, please? At the back. There we go. Thank you very much.
Okay,
That's excellent.
The jelly beans next.
Okay, the jelly beans are next. All right. Can we, do you have a list here? Can I see if you don't mind? Which one is the jelly beans? Okay, so only 3 people tried to guess the jelly beans?
So only 3 people tried to guess
Before
the
you
jelly
say, how many jelly beans were in the jar?
1,181, but
you-
no one guessed close.
What was the lowest guess?
The lowest guess was 103. And the highest guess was 399. And that
And the winner is?
is for Batul.
To who?
Khalifi.
You guessed 300 jelly beans in this Haji. 3, okay. I know some very good optometrists. Very good optometrists. Exactly.
And
The main prize for this evening in the guessing competition is this wonderful jar of lollies.
this one I didn't really want to give away.
How many lollies in the jar?
153.
153. What was the lowest guess?
The lowest guess was, actually my guess, which was 98 lollies.
198. So how many are in here?
Oh no, it's 98, not 100.
Okay, so 98 was the lowest guess, and
Yeah.
that was your guess, which just goes to show that the young lady had no idea how many were in here. This is a completely fair competition. What was the highest guess?
151.
151. Who wins the lolly jar?
Haj Fadi Zalgood.
Haj Fadi Zalgood. Very good, Haj. Yeah, come on up. Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ayat. We are doing, we're doing Lucky Door. We have, let me count quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, yep. 11 Lucky Door. 16 Lucky Door prizes. Now, what I wanted was Aya. Where did Aya go? You received this as a little recognition of your wonderful effort for the poem today. Can you give it to her? Thank you very much. That's great. And could you give this, not for you, unfortunately, not today, could you give this to our wonderful brother Ahmed Rashid, who is extremely talented. He did a poem this evening, and he's now managing the live stream. So thank you very much, brother Ahmed Rashid. Lucky door prizes, 16 of them. Let's get through them quickly. I'm really hungry. The fruit smells terrific. I'd love to go. There were two people that I promised last time we did a lucky door. No. There were two people that I promised last time that we did a lucky door that they would get a chance today to pick the ticket. If you're willing to come up, sister, if you're willing to come up, you're welcome to. Okay, Rebecca. I need to find those two people first. I think Aya was one of them. I think. So Aya, come on up. You can pick the first ticket. I don't remember who was the other one. No, whoever I promised the first time. Okay, don't look. Don't look. Okay, let's go. Thank you very much. All right. Who has lucky door tickets? Me. Who's feeling lucky? Not me. Who's got a ticket with red hearts on it? Me. Oh, so many of you. Who's got a ticket with red hearts and the number 64? Nobody? Haji over there. Yeah, come. Yeah. All right. Next. Actually, you know what? You guys watch your tickets. I'm going to get through these real quick. You don't have it? Okay, Yusuf, you can come up then. What happened to your leg? That's a bad sprain, man. You know, my worst sprains is when I had to wear a plastic bag on my foot. All right, look that way. Give me your hand. There's a real, completely fair, honest competition. He can't see anything. All right, pick a ticket, any ticket. Thank you very much. Oh, we have another red heart. Who's got red hearts? Me. Who's got a red heart with the letter C? Me. Everybody does. Who's got a red heart with the letter C and the numbers 9 and 7, one after the other? Red heart C97. Young man over there. Sorry?
There's one person that we also want to give a gift to. He's our dear brother who has started coming to the center from the beginning of the year, helped around the center a lot, and now he's our MC for all our happy occasions. And my dear brother Hadi, if I could gift him with these chocolates. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Thank you, Ahmed, for recognizing Brother Hadi. He does a fantastic job, often under very trying circumstances, mainly because he has to work with us. Okay, Yusuf, you can take a seat. Come up here, Mr. Rida. Pick a ticket, any ticket. Okay, pick one. Okay, thank you very much. Oh my goodness, there must be an abundance of red heart tickets today. Where's our ticket seller? Who sold the tickets today? He's outside, possibly selling tickets. No, it wasn't Haj Fadi, it was somebody else. Red Hearts, 90C. 90, number 90. Show me a ticket, otherwise it doesn't count. 90C Red Hearts. Ooh, that could go badly. Red Hearts, 90C. If you don't claim it, it's going to be redrawn. Are you claiming it? Yeah. Psych. Yeah, is that still a thing? Yeah? No. Okay. All right. Sister Farzan was going to pick one, but she's disappeared. Okay, you already picked one. Close your eyes, quick, close your eyes. All right, pick one, grab one. Okay, thank you, in my hand, thank you. All right, let's go. This one's not a red one. I just said this one's not a red one. And you know what I've picked? a folded up ticket that says red 1. So who's got a ticket that says red 1? I can't, you can see a lot of fingers pointing. I can't see the person. If I can't see you, I can't give you the prize. No, if I can't see you, I can't give you the prize. I know that, but if I can't see them, I can't give them a prize. I believe you. I completely believe you. Okay, you may. You may. Okay, can you pick out maybe 5 tickets and bring them up?
I can help you.
Next one, I'll give it to you.
Okay, what else have we got? Who goes to hardcore gym? You do? Your brothers go? I don't think you've ever been to hardcore gym. Have you? You've been? Hang on, let me have a look. Show me. No, you've never been to hardcore gym. Thank you very much. We've got 5 tickets over here. Okay, let's do these in rapid fire, please. The food is hopefully ready. It's getting late. We've got another Red Hearts ticket. 67C with Red Hearts and 67C. Haji over there. There we go. Next one is... Next one is another Red Hearts ticket, 98C. 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 This one I have to triple check. Yes, it's actually right. Thank you very much. This one is another red ticket. I think all we sold tonight was red tickets, yeah? We have Red Hearts, 71. Red Hearts with the number 71. Do we have anybody with Red Hearts and the number 71? You have it? Okay, see Brother Hadi, he's going to give you a prize. Oh, his dad's going to be so happy. Look at the look of joy on his face. All righty. It's the luck of the Irish. Who's got a green ticket? Who has a green ticket? One person has a green ticket. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. If your green ticket has the letter B, you're still in the game. If your green ticket has the letter B and the number 87, you win a prize. Did you just scribble that on there? I saw you scribbling something on there. It's the sister at the back there. Thank you very much. Thank you. How many prizes do we have left? 4 plus 5. 9. Okay. We have another green ticket, 99B. A green 99B. Careful off the cables. Thank you very much. Green 99B. Terrific. Brother Hadi, would you furnish a prize, please? We have another Red Hearts ticket. Oh, gosh. I think we need some new raffle, some new ticket books. It is. 88C. 88C. Red Hearts, 88C. Last chance for the Red Heart 88C. Going once, is it you? Going twice? Going 3 times, redraw. 88C, you've missed out. Shame. Another red ticket. Ooh. It's all the same number range. 99C. Red Hearts, 99C. Go and see Brother Hadi. Can we do something that's not lollies this time? There we go. Okay, next one. Red Hearts. 91C. Red Hearts, 91. I wonder. Okay, it's a collaboration, is it? Yeah, no. Red Hearts, 68C. Red Hearts, 68C. Red Hearts, 68C, last call. There we go. At the back there. Last one there. Okay. The sister at the back. Yep. Just keep walking back and the sister will raise her hand. You'll find her. No problem. Thank you, Salil. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 tickets left, so I'll pick another 2. Well, this is random. It's random. It's the lucky doors. Okay, 5 prizes left, 5 tickets in my hand. A green 90B. Green 90B. Green 90B, you get a hardcore bag. We have now a red 83. Red 83. I wonder, because any name I called out, you seem to have, so. Yes. All the way at the back, just keep going. I have all the tickets for today. Thank you very much. Next time, inshallah, I'll come and get you up, okay? All right. We have, out of the last 3, we have 1 green ticket. Oh gosh, we have a handwritten ticket. No, I believe you. There's never a question of that. It was just make sure it went to the right place. Okay, we have 2 green tickets, and we have probably the only purple ticket there is for tonight. Who's got a purple ticket? Seriously, who's got a purple ticket? Any purple tickets tonight? Any purple number 3. A handwritten purple number 3. Last call for a handwritten purple number 3. We have 1 at the back there. That's where I thought it was going to go. 2 green tickets. If you have anything that's not a green ticket, thanks for playing. Your donation is very kindly received. We have a 97. 97. Who's got a 97 and a green ticket? Do you? Do you? He does. He does. He's got the 97. Give him a bag, please. And we have a 93. Who's got a 93? Anybody got a 93? Who's got a 93? 93. 93. Somewhere at the back there. Okay, we can redraw that one. No. 93 is coming up. 97, no, purple 3. We're redrawing the purple 3. All righty. Sabil, pick one. Don't look at it. Don't call it out. Just pick one out. Thank you very much. Give it out of my hand. It is, unsurprisingly, a red ticket. Unsurprisingly. Ahmed, are you ready? It is unsurprisingly a red ticket, because that's pretty much all we sold today. 77. 77. Whoa, it's all in the family tonight. Well done. Very good. 77. There we go. 77. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us this evening. It's been a fantastic pleasure to have you all. Thank you for joining in the quiz and the Kahoot and the lucky door and everything. We will finish with dua, faraj for Imam Mahdi, inshallah, and then we will join everybody outside for some wonderful refreshments and
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم عرفني نفسك فإنك إن لم تعرفني نفسك لم أعرف نبيك اللهم عرفني نبيك فإنك إن لم تعرفني نبيك لم أعرف حجتك اللهم عرفني
حجتك، فإنك إن لم تعرفني حجتك ضللت عن ديني. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة، وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا، حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد.